This is a hadith in Salat Sahih al-Bukhari. Salat al-Jami' ay al-Jama'ah. تزيد على صلاته في بيته وصلاته في سوقه 25 درجة. Is that praying in congregation is better than when someone prays alone at their house, or that wherever it is at their workplace, their souk, their workplace, where they are working, by 25 degrees. And then he said, فَإِنَّ أَحَدَكُمْ إِذَا تَوَضَّعَ فَأَحْسَنَ. If one of you makes wudu and performs that wudu well, وَأَتَى الْمَسْجِدِ, and then comes to the mosque, لَا يُرِيدْ إِلَّا الصَّلَاةِ, the only cause that motivated him to go was that he wanted to pray, لَمْ يَخْطُ خَطْوَةً إِلَّا رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ بِهَا دَرَجَةً. He will not take one step except that Allah will raise him in a degree. وَحَطَّ عَنْهُ خَطِيئَةً, and He will remove from him a sin. حَتَّى يَدْخُلِ الْمَسْجِدِ, until he enters into the masjid. Every step that you take, so 1, 2, 3, 4, every step that you take is an increased daraja, rank. Every step that you take is a means of forgiveness of a sin, until that you come to the masjid. وَإِذَا دَخَلَ الْمَسْجِدِ كَانَ فِي صَلَاةٍ مَا كَانَتْ تَحْبِسُهُ وَتُصَلِّي. Is that if he enters into the mosque, his reality is that he will be in a state of prayer as long as he remains in that masjid and he's praying. And وَتُصَلِّي يَعْنِي عَلَيْهِ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, and the angels will pray upon him مَا دَامَ فِي مَجْلِسِهِ الَّذِي يُصَلِّي فِيهِ, as long as he remains in that spot where he prayed. This is why there's so much benefit in remaining seated in the spot where we prayed. You pray the fard, you remain sitting, and the angels will pray upon you. And what does it mean? The Prophet then clarifies. يُصَلِّي فِي اللَّهُمَّ اغْفِرْ لَهُ اللَّهُمَّ ارْحَمْهُ. They will say that, "Oh Allah, forgive him and have mercy upon him. مَا لَمْ يُحْدِثْ فِيهِ." So this is a reality that our Prophet was informed of, that he witnessed, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's telling us so that you and I can take this seriously, and that we can learn to pray in jama'ah. And of course, that early generation of the companions, no one put the words of the Prophet ﷺ into practice like the companions of the Messenger ﷺ. And this is why they said, is that during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, a man would reach an age where he literally had to have 2 people carry him. He'd have to put his arms around them and have him walk him to the masjid, because he was so old and weak, so that he could then stand in the prayer line. And this is something I've seen with my own eyes. Marabat al-Hajj, rahimahullah, in his later years, when I first went there, he was able to walk to the masjid, the mosque, on his own. But then it reached a certain point where people had to keep him up and hold him up while he was walking to the mosque. And he still would go to pray in the masjid for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the way that the companions were, and this is the way that you and I should strive to be. And this is in all of our different states. And I know sometimes it's hard when we're working, when we're out, when we have errands to run. But the more that we make our life revolve around prayer, the better things will be.